Good evening, and welcome to another repugnant version of Diatribes from the Voice of Doom. Now here's your redolent and redundant host, Voice of Doom. Hello. The explosion wasn't very good, because I'm not feeling very good. Alright, I thought I'd change the background a bit today, just for no good reason. The computer was here while I was cooking, and I decided to do a quick diatribe, because I was looking at the news, and I am pissed again. It doesn't take much. What's happened in the last 2 or 3 days has been a travesty, an abomination, and an assault on our sensibilities. And I would say, without any hesitation, that our so-called government should carry on in the tradition of the Kamakura shogunate in 13th century Japan, and they should all commit seppuku at once, every last one of them. It would be the best thing for everyone if they all committed seppuku and did the honorable thing, and I will be their second. I will gladly finish the job. Now, what's happened in the last 2 days? It's horrible. It's absolutely mind-bogglingly horrible. You think that maybe they're making headway, and then they're not. The Goppers said, we are not going to pass any more laws pertaining to giving money to allow the slaughter of Ukrainians and Palestinians and Israelis and Yemenians and Houthis and Goutis and Rutis. We are not going to give any more money for their demolition until we do something about the southern border. Well, we're trying to do something about it, but you won't pass it. We said 5,000 people a day. A bunch of other crap. I already talked about that. It was a joke. So it didn't pass. So what did they do this morning? In the middle of the night, right after the Super Bowl was over, they got together. I don't know how. Did they stay up all night? They were up at 5:30 in the frickin' morning in D.C. voting on a $95 billion bill to give money to Ukraine and Israel. Now, they just don't care if every Ukrainian dies. They don't give a flying F. They don't care how many people die, because we have to keep our military industrial going, because that's the only thing that keeps our economy going, other than buying stuff from China and selling it here. So that's what they did. They passed it, the Senate. What a useless bunch of idiots. And there was a bunch of people in that vote that I had heretofore admired, and I don't know if I admire them anymore. John Kennedy. Oh, he's a funny guy. Just get out of the Senate and go on the comedy circuit. You'll be hilarious. You'll be great. I'll pay to see you. But he voted for the aid package, as did Charles Grassley, the fossil. One more fossil gopper. And a bunch of goppers. It went over, way over a 2/3 majority. So, I guess they're saying, okay, we'll pass the aid package, but you better do something about the border after that. Same thing happened with Reagan. We'll pass this, but you better do this after this. They never do it. Now they leave it in the hands of the goppers in the legislature, who are barely holding on with a majority and may lose it tonight with this Sanchez business, or Santos, or whatever the hell his name is, being replaced. And they barely passed the impeachment of Mayorkas. It barely passed. The border is a total shambles. Everybody knows it, and everybody knows whose fault it is. Everybody knows what can be done about it. And they're just getting around to impeaching Mayorkas by a 1-vote margin in the legislature. He will not be impeached in the Senate because the Senate is a useless pile of crap. They should be shoveled under. That whole side of the Capitol should be demolished with everybody in it, with very large bulldozers. Leave them all in their chambers and level it. And I'm serious. That ain't freaking hyperbole. So that happened. Nothing's to be done about anything. Tony Bobulinski gave a closed-door testimony. Damning testimony. It's always been damning testimony. They're going to have damning testimony till the end of time, and they're not going to do a damn thing about it. We're waiting for all the facts to come in. When all the facts come in, we'll make a decision. Yes, the House may vote to impeach, and the Senate will exonerate. It's already in the cards. So that's a joke. Now, I'm getting sick of these people who call themselves Christians or whatever they are. They believe in Satan. Well, if you believe in Satan, you better damn well believe that he's on this earth. And he's manifesting himself in the bodies of these damn politicians. And if you believe in Satan, then you better believe in eradicating evil. Seriously eradicating evil. No bullshitting. Because I'm getting sick of this. I'm going to tell you right now what's going to be the keg fire. What's going to be the powder keg that causes everything to go up in smoke. It's not going to be a terrorist attack of a building. It's not going to be a terrorist attack in a school or in a shopping center. It's going to be the inner city gangs are going to come to the rescue of America. Like, do you understand? The Crips and the Bloods are going to be the militia that saves this country. Because they're going to eventually get to the point where, hey, they're taking over our turf. You know what's going on in these stupid-ass shelters in the big cities? Do you think there's people, social workers? We need social workers for the crime problem, not police. We need more social workers. Do you think they have social workers in the damn tent cities? No, they don't. They all go home at night. The damn Venezuelan cartel gangs are running the tent cities. These people are all under their own martial law within their own little communities, being run by Venezuelan gangs in New York and Chicago and other big cities, Denver. So everything's going real well. And I'm really looking forward, and I'm hoping that the African American gang members save us. It's an absurd thought, isn't it? But it's what we have to rely on, because that's what it's going to take, because the damn white people are too damn timid, getting their heads bashed in, walking up and volunteering to be bashed, to do anything about anything. I don't care if it's another 9/11. We're not going to do a damn thing about it. We'll just fight amongst ourselves about who's at fault. It's Orangey's fault. Those people were in here 4 years ago, and now look what they've done. He let them in. It's, whoever's fault. They're not going to do anything about it. They're not going to go to the source of the problem. So what's going to happen, it's going to take something very small. It's not going to be 3,000 people dying with jumbo jets being blown into buildings. No. It's going to be one small incident in one small neighborhood in New York where a bunch of African American people are going to be shot up by a bunch of Venezuelan gang members, and then all hell's going to break loose. And the Crips and the Bloods are going to save our skins. They're going to pull our fat out of the fire. How's that for irony? Now, let's go back to another thing that happened, because I was going to start with this. The two-tiered injustice system. There was a gangster, and when I say gangster, I mean one of the old-school mafia gangsterosos in the 70s who was indicted for extortion and things of that nature. And he decided that he will put on his pajamas and walk around the streets of New York and act insane in hopes that he would get off. His name was Vincent Gigante. He died in prison in the 80s. They didn't buy it. They didn't buy his playing insane. But now it seems like we have a chief executive officer, a commander-in-chief, who is trying to play that same game from both sides. You are guilty of having top secret documents that you're not supposed to have, you never were supposed to have. You were a vice president, you were a senator, you had all this stuff stacked here, stacked there, stacked everywhere, stacked in old boxes in your shed, in your garage, stacked in Chinese think tanks, stacked in this house and that house. You're not even allowed to have them. How you got 300 boxes out and snuck them out and kept them, I don't know. It's my staff's fault. They didn't tell me what they were doing. But we cannot prosecute him on the mere fact that he is senile. I mean, that's the bottom line. Forget about this nice old man. He's Satan. He's a damn devil. I'm not going to give him any props. Oh, he's elderly. I'm not going to put down the elderly. I know that senility is bad. Alzheimer's is horrible. I don't give a crap about him. Let him die of Alzheimer's. He's a devil. I'm not going to play that game. Everybody else can play that game. I'm not saying anything bad about ageism. I'm just saying, no. He's the devil. Get rid of him. Now they found him liable of having documents when he's not supposed to have them, but he's too infirmed, too feeble to go on trial because no jury would ever find him guilty because he's just an unlikable old man. That's justice. We're not going to try him because of what the outcome will be. That's how they're going to do justice. Orangey had every right to have his documents, which he could certify or uncertify as top secret at will. But now they're going to throw the whole weight of the law against him. Two-tiered injustice. And they're not going to say anything about being infirmed until he mixes up a date or mixes up some place he was at a certain time, and then, oh, he's senile, he can't be president. I am sick of the hypocrisy. I'm sick of this country. I'm sick of this government. And I'm telling you, by the end of 24, it's all over. And I'm glad. I don't need any more of this. I'm sick of it all. And everybody else should be too. So, I think being in the kitchen made me a little bit more angry. I hope you enjoyed my rant because I am pissed. I think they should all commit suicide at once. I don't give a crap about any of them. So I'll leave it there. Have a pleasant night and enjoy the rest of the existence that we have. It should be very short. Bye.